Okay, so Wendy was talking about procrastination yesterday, and it's so easy to understand when you understand that you're the one making the choice. You're the one who is choosing not to do what you think you should be doing, and then you're the one beating up on yourself, right? And both of those choices in the paradigm of the six thinking choices, both of those choices are negative. I won't do this thing that I know I need to do. Does that feel good? No. So that's what procrastination is all about, is letting momentum carry you away, past momentum. You know how Abraham talks about the car going down the slopey hill, right? And then once Abraham says, once momentum has it, then you can't stop that car. But really, when we start changing the way we think our thoughts, that's exactly what we're doing, right? We are stopping that car because we do have to bring that momentum to a stop. And the way to do that, which Abraham also talks about, is to do it in small steps, not all at once. We cannot stop momentum all at once, but we can do it in small steps, right? We can shift it in small steps. You don't apply the brakes. So how many people here drive? Do you drive? All right. Nancy, you don't drive? Okay. Kareen, do you drive? Yes. Okay. So when you're going towards a red light, do you apply the brake right at once when you get there? No. You start long before and you apply it slowly. Reminds me of my father. He used to apply it right there. And we used to hold on with both hands to the seats because there were no seat belts. Right? And my mother used to hate it. She just absolutely did not like it. But he never changed. He never changed. And that's okay. But the thing is, we want to apply the brakes slowly. So that's why we do all the thinking work. Okay, Moni, that's okay. I'm glad you're here. She has to leave early. That's okay. So, give me a minute. Oh, so good. Okay. Honey bomb tea. Okay. So that's how we choose our thoughts. We can't go from one thought drastically to another thought. That's like applying the brakes like that. And you can't do that because that hurts, right? So that's why we do it one tiny little step at a time. But we can choose our thoughts because the important thing is to choose the direction of thought. Okay? We don't need to choose a drastically different thought. We just need to choose the direction. So instead of taking the car all the way downwards, we start. Here's my board. This is a board moment. Okay, so here we are. That's the hill. And the car is starting to travel at really high speed going down the hill. All we do is, and I'll use a different pen, all we need to do is to change the direction. Instead of going there, we take it here. So you know how you take a longer way so that you're slowly bringing it to a stop? If it goes direct down, it's going to go very quickly. But now if you go this way and this way and then this way, that's a much longer way down. It helps you to control where you're going instead of going here in the ditch. and you can bring it to a stop so that this event, this negative event that was waiting to happen over here, does not happen, and where you actually end up is a softer landing place. Make sense? So that's why we change our thoughts slowly. So what's important is the direction of thought. All I need to change is, I don't need to bring the car back here because I can't. That's like applying the brakes right away. What I need to do is just change the direction of my thought just enough so that now I'm not heading towards that negative event. Make sense? Yes? Okay. So that's what we want to achieve. That's why we do it slowly. That's why we change our thoughts one little thought at a time, not all at once. And that's why doing this work can take time. When I tell you that I started so many years ago, right? I think I started well into my childhood, but it sped up. The pace of things changed when I discovered Abraham, but it wasn't like that was when I started my work. I didn't start learning what to do when I met Abraham. Meeting Abraham just added more positive momentum, because when you're halfway up the emotional scale and then you apply momentum, you go up faster and you manifest faster, right? Because now you're in a positive place. So, but the thing is, sometimes it can take years, depending on how much negative momentum you have going on. So in this diagram, if this speed of going downhill was very fast, and instead of catching yourself over here, you caught yourself over here at this level, a lot of bad stuff has already happened, because manifestations are taking place all along the way. You don't get here and then the manifestation happens. Manifestations are happening all along the way. And if you're already down here, then you change your direction a little bit. Well, you have to keep going, right? For a much longer time, because there's more momentum that you need to stop, right? So that's why time, how much time it takes, is a function of how long we've been doing it. And we have to be patient with ourselves. This is the one thing that happens a lot with people who discover law of attraction for the very first time. And they think everything's going to change overnight. Little things change, but big things take time to change. Because big things, those things that we think are big, have been going on for a very long time. That's why. Right? So we have a choice. And this is what I teach when we look at the red car, blue car analogy that I use. We have a choice. And the choice is, once I change my direction, I can apply myself a lot more to doing the work, because my commitment to feeling better is so big that once I change my direction, I go here, I start putting a lot more effort into this, so that I start this journey, I start the momentum of this journey at a much faster pace. Okay? And one of the things that helps in this process is so there are negative beliefs. The reason that we are going in this negative direction is because there are negative beliefs that are taking us there. Well, if I change my direction and then I do the work so that I drop a negative belief, and I drop another negative belief, and I drop a negative belief, suddenly I'm so much lighter. You know what happens when you're lighter? You travel faster, right? Because the heavier the truck is, the bigger the engine it needs, right? So So the thing is, it's a combination of going faster and dropping negative beliefs, going faster and dropping negative beliefs. So those people who achieve almost overnight success with law of attraction, those are people who change their direction, understand what's going on, suddenly change their direction, become appreciators, and start dropping beliefs. Okay? But those people who change their direction, so they've changed their direction over here, but they're not dropping their beliefs. These are not dropping. They will not progress as fast. They are heading in the right direction now, right? They're heading in the right direction, but they are not dropping the beliefs as fast. It's going to take longer. So those are the two elements. That's why Abraham says, take the path of least resistance. What does that mean? The path of least resistance is the path on which there are less beliefs getting in the way. That is the path. Because what is resistance? Resistance is a function of negative beliefs. Well, when you start dropping these negative beliefs, you have less resistance. That's the path of, so this path becomes the path of least resistance, or you find another path that has less negative beliefs on it. So this is why Abraham says, get off the subject. The subject that you are going negative on, if you get off the subject, you deactivate all the beliefs right at once. All the beliefs are gone because you're not on that path. You just left the path. When I say shift your attention, see, your intention is to get here, but your attention is here. Where does the car go? Where your eyes are looking. You don't look there and drive the car in the opposite direction, do you? No. The car goes where you're looking, where your attention is. So you want to go here, you're looking, but you're looking here. Your attention is here. So the car's going to end up here unless you do something to shift your attention. So what is the easiest thing to do? Don't look at any of this at all. Go to a different hill. Okay? Don't look at any of it. Don't put your attention there. It's so much easier to take your attention off the negative than to try and do this. But sometimes we just can't help ourselves. We just can't help ourselves because the thing that we want to figure out, the thing that we want to switch around is so very important to us. So we keep going back there, trying to fix it. We keep going back there. And if that is the case, if we keep going back there, then the best thing we can do is shift our attention, change direction, and work on those beliefs so that we can let them go. Okay?